All right. Systems are starting up. Let's see if YouTube has the signal. YouTube does have the signal, and the title is the right title. Awesome. I love it. Let me tell the folks over on Instagram that Watch Talk Live is back, baby. Like you
It is
didn't just see
back
us
in full
yesterday.
effect.
Exactly. How was your Friday going? We had some late night football last night. It was a good game. The Birds got the win. That's all that matters.
Yes, they did. Ugly game. I really feel like they stopped it in the middle of it just so that the over wouldn't hit. Like, there's no way you can convince me otherwise.
Yeah, yeah. Vegas was involved. Vegas got their money. What's up, Gen G? You are first. Welcome to the chat, and hope you're having a great Friday out there. And all right, I got the link. Boom. We
Sorry.
copy the link.
Your
Yeah, it
partner
was an
is
ugly game, but
interrupting today. I mean, look, I
it
had
was
George Pickens
football.
starting, and that should hurt my soul. I mean, Jalen Carter, man, come on. One watch up and running. Oh, nice. What kind of watch, Gen G? Which is it? Which watch did you fix today?
Ooh, and are you self-taught up until this point, Gen G? Because I know you said you're going to Rolex school next year, so I wonder if you're self-taught, if you did some like Litis courses, or we should do a Gen G interview episode one of these days. Ooh, an old Universal Genie, very nice. Gen G, the hardest lady in watchmaking as usual, bringing in the chat. She is self-taught so far. I think that's so amazing. If you know what it takes to even open a watch, much less attempt to repair, regulate, and all these things. It is so crazy.
It is not
Any
easy.
Yeah, it not easy at all. There's a video of me. Michael's played a trick on me where I'm opening up a mainspring and it explodes, and I'm like, oh my god, I broke the watch. It's crazy. What's happening, Diraj? Anyways, let's get this show started. Welcome back to your favorite daily Watch Talk live show, Watch Talk Live, with me, CQ the Watch Guy, and the best co-host in the world, retired Watch Guy Jay. It is an amazing Friday. We got the Hawaiian shirt on. We got football yesterday. We got football today, NFL and college. It's Geneva Watch Days. It's a great day. It's a great start to the weekend. What can I say? We got the great friends in here, Gen G and Diraj, to start the party off. Remember, if you need truly independent watch advice, buy, sell, trade, check out cqthewatchguy.com where you can see all my services. I said we just jump into the watches, man. We just jump in. We start rating some watches. Gen G say, oh my gosh, a 15 millimeter watch because I'm a
Oh wow.
psycho. You are a psycho if you're if you're taking apart one of those.
Yeah, that's pretty small.
A lot of good releases coming out so far for Geneva Watch Days. We covered a lot yesterday, but a lot more have dropped out. I will let the chat or Jay decide which one we should talk about first. We
Oh,
got a
look
new
at that
Ulysse
chicken.
Nardin. We got a new Chaykin. Let's go Chaykin.
It's a panda.
It's a Chaykin Panda.
So what would you prefer, the Rolex Panda Daytona or a Chaikin Panda?
Chaykin all day, man. Look how fun this watch is. I love that Chaykin does these fun wrist monster watches, the wrist pieces, but he still does very heavy watchmaking as well. And these are well-made watches too, and that's why they keep pretty decent values on the secondary market. So here we have the new Constantin Chaykin East Panda. Aren't all pandas from the East? Anyway, so we have the East Panda.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Interesting. I,
I
I,
think you're right. I think you're right. I
Yeah,
think
right. I think
you're
any pandas that are
right.
born in the West were imported or part of some
Whoa,
type
whoa,
of
whoa, whoa,
zoological
whoa.
exchange. I think all pandas are on loan from China, if I
Yeah,
believe right,
I
if I'm
think you're
correct.
actually correct about that.
And anyways, so here you have the new panda, and of course, with the wrist monsters, you have your hours, minutes, and then there's a moon phase here. And this one is probably the most. Oh, and it says It says
Yeah, it was just like,
panda.
what are the letters? And it's like, no, panda. Because I was like, North, but then I'm like, what's A and P stand for? But yeah, no, that's pretty cool. Do most of the Chaykin, what is it called? Monster?
Yeah, Risman.
Rismon. Do they all have the crown at 6? Or is it just for this?
I think it's just for
Oh,
this
wait.
model.
Is this where are the crowns?
Wait, something's weird. Something weird. Something weird just happened. So the crown is at 6, and then you have the heirs. But in one of the pictures we saw, and I think maybe because that was a prototype movement or something, this one, this is of a different watch. But usually his watches have like those double crowns. On the
Okay.
Panda,
That's weird that they have some.
we have a 6 o'clock. They probably talked about that certain movement in an article and how he diverted it to make the Panda or something like that.
Gotcha, gotcha.
All right, how many V miles are we giving it?
55. It's whimsical. I like it.
55, Jay says on the
I said
VMAL scale. Oh,
65.
65.
65.
65 on the VMAL scale of greatness. I'll go there as well. 68. I think it's a good
Garage
watch. It's
says they
fun.
should do a chimpanzee. I don't know if that'll work just because it's like, what is would the dial be like black? I just don't
Oh,
know if
it could be done. It could be done.
it'd be flying very close to the sun if I say so myself.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people did
Very
that a lot of different
Icarus.
ways. All right, so we like the Constantine Chaykin East Panda. I think that one's a good hit. Oh, we didn't even talk about the price. That's how much we like it. But let's get down to the tech specs.
It's go ahead.
40 millimeters in diameter. It is a titanium case, brushed and polished, 54 components,
Like,
and 18,800 Swiss franc,
not
excluding VAT.
terrible.
No, not at all. Not at all. Compared to a lot of other watches we're seeing released these days.
Just because it's so different. Is it limited? Did they say? Or
No,
like how many does he make though?
I don't think he makes much. This might be limited.
That's what I was thinking. Like it's probably like maybe he makes 500 or more.
He is availability part of the permanent collection. Look at
Oh,
that.
okay.
Go Chick and go.
Okay.
Making watches available again. I love it.
I like it. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about these beautiful Elanson pieces. Elanson. We have two really nice new entries into their collections. We have a new Elanson Richard Lange jumping seconds with Samandal. Gorgeous, gorgeous watch. So basically, it's a deadbeat second or a jump-in second. It's a regulator watch. Seconds, hours, minutes. The second hand jumps. I think this is a day-night indicator. I forget. Beautiful movement, hard to execute watch, and to put the salmon on it.
What's in the middle of the Venn diagram?
I believe it's either a day-night indicator or it has to be a day-night indicator. I was gonna say it's a safety zone, but this doesn't need a safety zone. It's just the time.
And it's a jump hour.
Yeah, 39.9 millimeters in diameter, 10.6 millimeters thick, so not too thick.
No.
For a long, eh? No movement shot? Where's the tax? There we go. You gotta pay your taxes. They
But the
know how
thing
to do
with
a good
this is that
movement.
like it's gonna have the jump hour, so that complication probably shoots it up into the what, 60K, or is it more
Oh,
expensive?
at least. I'm
Maybe it's
guessing.
80.
Yeah.
I mean,
Genji says she's never seen a Venn diagram watch. Well, now you have Genji, and we're somewhere in this Venn diagram. All right, let's unveil the price.
I'm thinking 80 something, right?
Limited edition of 100 pieces, price upon request. That means it is going to be
Oh,
expensive. Wait. Let's go over to Houdinki, see if Houdinki has.
Blanc Panic says, "Greeting my friend Sequan Gottlieb and Jonathan Varley." Damn,
Put the
he hit
full
the
name out there.
whole.
Oh,
God,
man.
hey, I consider you the greatest of watch experts. Thank you. How did you get my full name? Oh,
Oh, wow. I appreciate that. Your name's
thank
probably
you.
on
Yeah,
there
no,
somewhere.
yeah,
I appreciate that, Blanc
I'm really.
Blanc.
In the words of Brian Godberg, I'm a Googleable person.
Exactly.
When he hit that line, I was
It
dying. Yo,
was
like
about
I'm a Googleable person.
Google me. Google me. That was the best day ever. So the price is 110,000 euros. Thank you for joining the chat, Blank Panic.
Holy,
And
I was off.
we appreciate you calling
Yes,
us
highly appreciated.
the
110.
greatest of watch experts.
So that's like, is that 120, 125 almost in USD? It's
Yeah,
a Bitcoin. It's a
it's a
Bitcoin.
BTC.
I'll take a Bitcoin over this. No disrespect. It's a nice watch. I'll take a Bitcoin though, personally,
It's a
on
nice
this one.
watch, but you gotta love the jumping hour. You gotta really, really be attracted to the deadbeat seconds.
Everything is nice about this, but as you said, you have to be. If it wasn't a jumping hour, if it was a, then we wouldn't even be talking about it. So
No,
that's the weird part about this situation.
exactly.
It's just so different. I want to give it like a high rating, but like I just don't get the practice. I just it's probably a 55 for me. Maybe a 50. Just because it's like I like what they did. Like Genji said, never really saw a dial like this before. And I'm sure when you watch it operate, you're probably like, wow, this is a beaut. But 110,000
Yeah, it's
only.
a lot, and Lange has just
You have
gone
to
up
love
with
the
everything
function.
else.
Yeah.
Does Jen not love the Ven? Blamponic, I think she does like the Ven, but I don't think she's seen on with a Ven. And they do make this watch in a silver dial, as well. So this isn't the first time that they've made this piece. And it's white gold, man. White gold at 110,000. I think that's just the cost of certain watches these days. But as Genji says, this will probably not do
If
so
it was
so well in the secondary
platinum,
market.
I feel like we could have justified the price a little bit more. And
Me
I'm
too. Me
surprised they
too.
didn't go that route, especially since it's salmon. Um, but that's why we're here talking about watches at lunch and they make the big bucks.
How many of you mouse?
55, 50, 50,
50?
50.
I, I do love the
I'll,
watch, and if money was not something I thought about, it would be definitely very high on my list. So I'll go 61 Vimals on this
as I said,
watch.
the Bitcoin will also be half the price it is today. But the thing is, in 4 years, it'll be probably worth 250, whereas this maybe 65.
Yeah. The sad part is a lot of people who get this will either have to jump through some hoops or they would have already
They've already paid up to get into it.
yeah, exactly.
You just went black. Right.
And I'm back. There you go. All right, so we like you the watch. Let's go to a different Elongacione piece. This is gonna be
It's a Turby.
it's a Turby. It's Elongacione 1815 Tourbillon in
I like their
platinum with
black dials a lot.
exactly with a black enamel dial and a big old tourbillon. Look at that tourbillon.
Is that it's enamel? I was like, damn, there's something about this dial specifically that makes sense now.
You know?
This is gonna be so expensive.
Well, yeah. Hey, but remember, no tariffs, right? Or reduced tariffs compared to the Swiss tariffs. So it's not gonna be too bad.
Is it? Do you think it's because?
Look,
No, nothing. How thick is this watch? I guess is my next question. Like 15,
I
16?
no. I,
You
I
think it's
think
smaller?
yeah, I think is not too bad.
And that she looked like a thick bull.
11.3, 39.5 diameters, 11.3.
That's not thick. Not as thick as I thought it would
No,
be with the tourbillon.
I agree with Gen G. This is a killer watch. Manual movement, really big tourbillon, nice black enamel dial, everything you could want from Elong and Sone. And they're one of the tourbillons that I really respect because they just give you beautiful tourbillons, beautiful architecture, and their dials are just balanced. The tourbillon doesn't detract anything from this dial. I love it. Blamponic says Germans love starting things but not finishing them in the end. For example, World War II and the plate on the Lange only 3/4, not full, not full focar. I love Blamponic. And he's right. It's just a 3/4. It's just a 3/4 plate there. But hey, listen, it's Lange. They can kind of do what they want. This watch is in platinum, So let's see how much.
It's what two? It's price on request. So you're gonna have to go to Houdinki.
Let's
My
go
guess
back
is
to
that
Odinki.
I'm thinking 180. It's gonna be more expensive than the Venn diagram because it's platinum and a tourbillon. Maybe it's 210. It's gonna be expensive, which rightfully so. The enamel dial alone. Funny that monochrome doesn't put the price. Why does Houdinki put a price? Like why
I'm
would?
guessing they were just like released at different times, and maybe monochrome was a little bit earlier, and they
Mm,
just didn't they didn't have the accurate pricing. The pricings are all weird too, cause like there wasn't usually September 1st is when there'd be your normal price increase, so there wasn't that price increase, but a tariff increase is looming. You know, everybody's hoping, and we front loaded. Brightland says they put 6 months worth of inventory in the U.S. market. Ooh, price on request for this one too. 50
wow,
individual numbers. This is gonna be crazy.
that's definitely well over two.
Yeah. So with the prices, I think all the prices we're seeing now, there is a good chance that you see a little bit of a bump as we go into Q4. This tariff situation seems to be going on longer than a lot of people anticipated. So let's see. How many V malls are we going to give this beautiful Tourbillon 1815 Tourbillon?
I'm not a big tourbillon fan, but I'll give it a 68, 67. It's a nice watch, enamel dial. Like everything about the watch is beautiful. It's just, you're paying a top dollar for a tourbillon that I could care less for. But the people who love, like Tan, probably loves this watch, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. This is Tan Duraj all day. Me as well. I'll give this 80 V malls. I love this watch. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this watch. This is up there. This is up there for me. I like it a lot. Let's figure out the price one day and come back. All right,
Mm.
let's see what other new watches came out that we want to chat about. We already talked about that Tag Heuer. I don't know if we want to talk about the Gel Junta. I never, yeah. We talked about the Oris. Let's talk about the new Urwerk UR150 Blue Scorpion. The Scorpion itself is a bit of a polarizing watch. Not everybody loves it. Here we have a little bit of an upgrade. We got this blue dial and movement since it's one thing, and we have interesting rivets, not rivets, but engraveds there on the case. Before price, what do you think about the watch?
The thing about our work for me is that, like, I appreciate them for just having their own identity. Like, I feel like when I look at their watches, I kind of know it's them. Um, I give this a 60 just because I'm not a fan of skeletons, but I do appreciate it just looking very different from what we've looked at so far or for the last couple weeks, like the case having that kind of milled thing throughout. It's just pretty cool. So 60. Just because it's skeletonized. If it wasn't skeletonized, I'd probably go to 70.
Yeah, they did a great job with this one. The colors are really good. Kind of reminds you of Wimbledon colors because tennis is going on
Reminds
right
me a
now.
little bit of the Freak. A little bit. Like the
I could
functionality.
see
Am I
it.
wrong in thinking that? A little bit?
Well, a little
No.
because
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Maybe
more of a
it's just.
star wheel. It's more of a star wheel
Mm,
type
yeah.
type situation. Let's get to the price before I give
It's gonna be what, 80, 90? Because
judgment.
they're usually.
90,000 Swiss franc,
Yeah,
50
I know.
piece limited edition.
I still get 60 just because it is a little bit pricey, man. That's the thing
Yeah,
with them. It's that, like, they are doing a lot of different things and they're making you pay for it. It's it's like a Richard Meal's cousin who, like, sometimes shows up at the event. Everybody would like them to come, but when they get there, they're like, "This isn't what I remember this person being like last time." That's what her work is.
yeah. Somewhere around. I don't know. The problem that Uruk is having is there's so many brands doing different variation of Star Wheels, and there are a few lower end brands who just pretty much straight up copying a lot of their styles, and just for a much lower value. So I think the issue that they're having is something like this, which is going to be over 100,000 US dollars. If how do you break out from the people who already have Urworks? And I think that becomes a little bit tough of getting newer clientele in the market at for this watch at like that price point. But I do think they have a strong base. I think they sell. I give this 60 as well. I think it's a great looking watch. Would have loved to seen this somewhere in the 70,000 range, just because I think the movement side is there's a lot going on, but at this point they've been making these movements for quite a while, and I just think price point we need to get to a more actionable price point because this is going to sit on the secondary market probably around $60,000, 60 to 70,000, I'd say. Diraj has a great point. Urwerk is a collector for a collector that has everything else, and I agree. This is when you really want to let your freak flag fly. I think it's a good way to do it. Yeah, so 60 view miles on Urwerk, UR 150. That was just released. Let's see what else we got before we hit. I don't know if we should even talk about this really quickly. Ulysse Nardin Freak X Crystallium.
It's it's giving Romain Jerome.
Yeah, a little bit, right? A little bit. Ulysse Nardin is
Like
just throwing everything they can.
just like the moon DNA a little bit. Like I mean, and not the functionality, just kind of the way the dial, the the texture of it. I'm not a huge freak fan, so I'm kind of already like falling asleep. But go on.
Yeah, no, I just think this is cool, but I would have loved this on just a plain dial watch. I didn't think this needed to be in a freak. I think a time only piece or a dual time piece or something would have looked really cool.
Well, how do they justify the price, Sequan? We always go
Well,
back to that.
that's the thing. 40,000 Swiss franc for this piece, 42.7 euro. Limited edition of
So
50 pieces.
if it was in like a regular time only non-freak, what do you think it would sell for? I mean, they probably wouldn't do it, but
20s,
is it
25. Because how much can you really charge? You know what I mean? Maybe you put white gold or rose gold, something like that, then you could get up to numbers. But as soon as you make it a Freak X, it's easy just to double the retail with Freak and get up there. But then you make this a 45, 46, $47,000 watch. I don't, I just don't see. So when I judge these, is like I'm trying to judge it without thinking I'm getting a discount, and it's hard for me to say I go into a store to buy this or myself or my lady and not say, hey, I need 20 off, 25 off.
Yeah, I agree. It's just it's a freak, so it's like the Rod says, like this is for a collector who's had everything because you got to really be into that complication to want to get this watch, dial regardless.
I agree. I give it 30 Vimals.
Yeah,
Blanc
25,
Panic
30.
says Zurich and Ottawalk have been inspired to a large extent by Uwerk. Let's just say that both lower than 3K. Yes. Maybe I'll pull some of those up later, but they're very inspired. Let's say that. All right, let's see what other new watches. Let's leave Monochrome, go over to Hodinkee, see if they have anything for us that is worth smacking about. We got a new Grubel 4C perpetual calendar. I'll pull that up. I'll pull up the Laurent Ferrier, and I think then we'll go into some auctions. Let's pull up that. We actually got a couple things. All right, so really quickly, Grubel 4C, new QP Balancier limited edition. A lot of people compare this. They're like, you could get the burner on, you could spend a couple $100 more and get something like this. And basically, they put their QP, they put a Balancier on the side of their QP. And if you're into like heavy watchmaking, this is like everything you could ever want. If you're not into it, it's meh. But it's, for me, in my future, when I have a few BTCs to sling around, this is something that's on my list. This is a 70 view mall watch for me, and only because of the price is just it's high, but it looks good. I think it's doing a really good job of blending that traditional Grubel style, but this has like a modern to it, especially like this picture has like that, it has a sex appeal. Right? We always talk about like what Grubel is missing, and is missing that sex appeal. And I think something like this just It's a sexy watch. It's a sexy QP to me. What's going on, Richard? It says,
What
"Hey
you do,
family,
Richard?
good to see you. Good to see you there." I'm a lover. I'm a lover of this watch. 75 mall. Screw it.
I'm gonna take the thumper route on this. My mom told me if I don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Hey,
So
and obviously, I totally understand. And this is 490,000 Swiss francs, limited to
it's a
22
skill
p.
issue for me. Like guaranteed, and I don't want anybody in the chat to think any less of me than they already do. But this isn't my cup of tea. Kind of gives me Ben 10, and like
Yeah, yeah.
maybe turn
Listen,
me into
it's a
different
bit.
Power Ranger or something. That would be cool.
It's a big watch. It's for somebody who knows watchmaking, appreciates watchmaking,
Oh
appreciates what Grupo 4C. This is like, you got to take a couple college courses before you buy a Grupo type of thing. You got to do the
and
APs, you
I'm
got to do the
still
Paddocks.
still don't have my degree, so it's all checking out. It's
Exactly.
all
But
checking out.
for those who like these, this to me is a better piece than a lot of pieces that have been
So
introduced.
400, how much?
490,000 Swiss francs.
So it's 500.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, you're well into the 500s there. Blancpain says GF is my dream. Blancpain Blancpain is my nightmare. I'm living through it. Took a bath on a brand new 50 fathoms from the AD. Lost so much value. There's a reason the word pain in Blancpain. I feel you got to be careful. Be careful with a lot of brands retail right now in 2025. Be very very careful what you're buying on the primary market, especially if you're paying anywhere near retail. You really got to get a good value for what you're getting right now, because the secondary market is just proven to be the place to find a value at the moment. We got a new Laurent Ferrier Classic Tourbillon Série Atelier. It's just a teal tourbillon. I love this just because it's a hidden tourbillon. I'm a big fan of hidden tourbillons. And that's all I can say. It's a beautiful watch, but it's very simple for the price that they're gonna
That's the
charge.
problem I have with a hidden turmoil. It's like I'm not a big fan, but at least like show it. It's like getting a BBL and like wearing a fucking what do they wear those garbs where you can't see the shape of somebody? Like it makes no sense. Like why have especially since we know we don't need the function as much. Like why not show it off? Like
Yeah, so it's a very traditional thing, right? So Laurent Ferrier worked at Paddock for many, many years and was instrumental in a lot of things, including helping the Nautilus be designed. And in Paddock world, the tourbillons are hidden. The tourbillons are meant to be a function, right? They're meant to be a tool. They're meant to just help with the chronometry of a watch. So Laurent Ferrier, following that thought process, makes his tourbillons hidden. So and Blancpain asked what are my thoughts on tourbillons on the backside. A little surprise factor. We're missing the drama of the front side of the turb. It's a tough question because very, very subjective. Like to me, I don't mind a hidden tourbillon because I understand the traditional values of it. The issue is, like Jay says, you're paying. This is 195 Swiss franc. You for that price point, most likely you want to see the tourbillon. So it's really very very a personal decision. I'm somebody who I grew up selling paddock. I was kind of born into the philosophy of a hidden tourbillon. You don't need to show off and things like that. And this is a beautiful watch, and the tourbillon and finishing are excellent. But I think if I
it
were to
feels
pay
like
200 grand, I want to
do
see a
as I
turb.
say, not as I do situation with Paddock though. Because like Paddock has the name and like yes, Laurent Ferrier came from that. But it's like in my opinion, the name does not hold as much weight as Paddock to be hiding tourbillons.
Yeah. So you're right there. Like the name isn't there to do it, but if this is just his philosophy, it's kind of like this is one of those brands where you're buying into the philosophy. You know what I mean? And I think he's done a couple front side tourbillons, but most of them are hidden, and that's just his philosophy of watchmaking. So it's one of those
I
things,
think it's very expensive to pay for his philosophy when you can get a time only for around what 50K from him. That it won't have the
That,
teal dial. It'll probably be a little bit more simple.
well, that's the thing.
But
You could
it's
probably find one with a unique dial. You know.
But it's just like the justification goes back to like it has to check your boxes. Are you looking for a tourbillon? Do you want it to be understated? Do you want a Laurent Ferrier? And then when you do that, the Venn diagram of people who are looking to buy this watch, I feel are very, very small. You know, and I think Laurent Ferrier makes really nice watches, but it's like something like this is why I feel like people don't talk about it as much because it's like, how do you really justify 200 grand when the thing that makes this watch worth 200 grand nobody can see but you until you take it off personally.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I think collectors who really, really love the brand will support it, but a lot of these will end up on the secondary market or on auctions and things like that, just because, as you said, it's a lot of scratch. 190, like, and so the thing is like, it's 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 195 Swiss franc. So we're not thinking of like any tariffs or imports. These aren't gonna arrive right now. So this could be like a 250 watch if you like bought in, like depending. So it's a lot of money to be spending. Love the brand. I personally give this watch 65 VMALs on the VMAL scale of greatness, but the price point is just too heavy. I have a lot of high hopes for LF. I think in the
You gave it
future,
a 55, you said?
yeah, 55. Richard says, Professor CQ, appreciate it. I try to teach a little bit. Blampana says, do I consider LF Paddock light? I don't consider LF Paddock light. I consider LF Paddock if Paddock, how do I say this? Paddock in 100 years in terms of their design aesthetic is Laurent Ferrier. If you look at Laurent Ferrier pieces, it's the same as Paddock. Minimalist designs, really nice cases, but very, very minimalist design and well finished movements. So for what he did, you could say he's doing Paddock with a little more refined aesthetic that's a little bit more modern while still being traditional, still paying tribute to the traditional, but a little bit more svelte, a little bit more smooth. The movements are much more well finished on overall, like all the pieces in the Laurent Ferrier collection are really well finished. I think he only makes about maybe 200, 250 watches a year. So in my opinion, if you're somebody who loves Paddock, buying a Laurent Ferrier it scratches the same itch for me. He worked there for many, many years. He was instrumental in a lot of different projects for them. And his heart is a Paddock. You know what I mean? So everything he does is going to have that Paddock vibe. So these are all pieces that I could personally see if we were 30, 40 years in the future, Paddock Philippe would make this watch easily, for sure. But if they made this watch, Lord knows it would be a $500,000 piece. Blind Pine says, thank you, sir, Sequan Gottlieb, for your insightful explanation to my question. Always happy to help. Let's keep it going. Um, let's just do two more, and then let's do some Phillips, and then we'll get out of here. We got another moon swatch. We just talked about a new moon swatch, moonshine. We just talked about the moon swatch Mission to Earth Moonshine Gold Edition, right? Not even maybe last week. Now this is the Moon Swatch Mission to Earth Phase Moonshine Gold Edition Harvest Moon.
What?
Yes, it's a moon. It's a moon. It's the Moon Swatch Mission to Earth Phase Moonshine Gold Harvest Moon.
What's going on, Brian the Pipe? Thank you so much for the upvote. Um, Sorry, I can't get over the name. This has a light novel name. This
Thank
sounds
you
like
so much, Brian.
this
Enjoy
sound,
playing Grandpa.
why is it such a long name? And
I probably made
also,
up. I added up the name, but the last one was the Moon Swatch Mission to Earth Moonshine Gold, and now this is the Harvest Moon. Wait, let's scroll to the bottom and get the official 20-word name. What is up, producer Vimal? Happy Friday. CQ, please start pushing out. No.
what's going on, Julius? What's going on, Bimal? Oh, you gotta send out the noties, huh?
No, sorry, Vimal. I had a feeling something was up because our viewer count was a little bit low, but it's Friday. But I'm gonna dig into that. Over the weekend, I'm gonna do some test streams, and if you guys could just jump on and say, "Hey, I got the notification," and I think that's what we'll do over the weekend to figure out why that's not happening. Sorry, I wanted to find the full name. Darn it, they don't have it. Anyways, what do you think of the watch? What's
Uh,
happening? Watch at it.
it looks nice, but it just feels like a cash grab, man. At this point,
Oh,
like
duh.
it's like they're ruining the Snoopy thing, and like it's gonna ruin like the vibe for me and Omega and Snoopy when like every week you drop a new Moon Swatch, and I get it, like because this is definitely something you and your kid can wear together, and like I 100% understand, but it's like I want to see cool Omegas, not just moon swatches. So when I see stuff like this, and I'm like, so what? Where's the innovation in the main line? You know, and maybe I'm missing something. Maybe they did something that was super innovative in Omega in the last year, but
Well, that's so interesting because Omega itself does innovative things every year, and they're probably pound for pound one of the most
no,
innovative.
I love Omega.
No,
You
no,
know I
no,
love
no. I'm,
Omega,
I'm, I'm
bro.
agreeing with
You
you,
know
but
I
like
love Omega.
it's so interesting your statement because Omega itself is pound for pound one of the most innovative companies in the past 20 years, especially when you're talking about the production that they do, well over 200,000 units a year, like well over that. I, even having the coaxial since the 90s, master coaxial, meta certification, the moonshine gold, all the different things that they do. But because they're part of the Swatch group, and it's so interesting because remember I talked a few months ago about the U.S. investor who wanted to get on the board and they said no, and he made a great point. He's like, they're great under a certain price point, the Hayek family, and above in the luxury world, they're not good. And one thing that they hit a home run on is these moon swatches. And even now that it's died off, people are gonna still run and buy the swatch. And I think the moon swatches alone have padded the swatch bottom line so much that there is not a world where they probably have 20 of these already planned out, for sure.
Genji said, I mean, they did shrink the coaxial. Watch Addict said Omega did some innovative things on the very high end speeding only, like the Meteorite Moon Phase Speedies, the 44.5 millimeter ones, and the Speedmaster Racing with the Sapphire system. I want entry level speedy creativity. What's going on, Trap Vision? And so that's what I'm saying. It's like, what happened to the middle level? What happened to the people who want a, $8,000 watch and not the 20,000 or the, and that's what I felt like Omega had a good chokehold on. The Aqua Terrors, the Planet Oceans, the Speedmasters that weren't overly complicated or like crazy dialed. What happened? Like I'm with a watch addict there. Like what happened to the creativity for the people in the middle? They're killing the middle class.
Oh yeah.
They're killing the middle class.
So the problem was these were so successful, and like even though it says Omega, this is a Swatch product. I'm sure there are people in the Omega product development department who
What do you think the
dislike
GP is on
these.
this? That's the real question.
Oh, on something like this is
Because it's like
brother.
if the volume matches the GP, I can kind of understand. They're just like, well, we'll just blow these out.
So here's the thing, brother. So when he says he means gross profit, right? So he's asking how much profit we think Swatch is making. The retail on this is 450. The first of all, it's a coarse movement that's never meant to be serviced. It's bioceramic, which is basically some type of plastic that they make with castor oil. I'm gonna just zoom in on a picture here. You can see the roughness of the cutouts on the hands and things. We know they're not paying for quality. I would be supremely surprised if their costs on these are more than $150.
That's what I'm saying. They're making at least 200% in GP.
Yes.
And so when you think about it like that, why go into all this rigmarole on creating new technology for your expensive watches when you can just blow these out?
Because it's two separate entities. So that's the issue with these collaborations. It does the positive is you get the younger consumer with the Omega, a Speedmaster on the wrist to enjoy it. If you're a father or a parent, you get to gift to your children. You get to form bonds. You gift to other people. It's a great watch to bond over, and it's same price as it's probably cheaper than a certain Apple Watch and things like that. So it's a great price point. But on the flip side,
Lamal put some data point there for you, by the way.
producer Ramal, the best producer in producer of the week goes to producer Ramal. CQ the data from
45.
2023. The company earned an estimated revenue of over 275 million from the Moonswatch sales, enjoying a gross margin of 90%. It cost them $45 to make. Here, I added a little bit more because there is gold in here, so gold prices are up. But gold is probably the most expensive things. But I don't think it'd be wrong to say $45 production costs beyond the shipping, blah 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 blah, is what it costs to make one of these, minus having the gold on there for sure. Watch additives. Swatch is a landfill champion. Nothing can be recycled or repaired here. For $450, so many micro brands. If you just do some research, if you're a new collector, I agree. And that's the thing, is like after whatever time these are dead and you gotta throw them away, or just keep them in some box of things that don't work. Anyways, let's just vote this watch.
Like aesthetically, like if we didn't see this watch a week ago, if they weren't being whores about the situation, I would give this watch a 70 because I like the aesthetic of the watch. But the what it stands for makes me give it a 45. Just because if I see another one in 2 weeks, I may not even like Omega anymore. Because it's like now you're dragging Omega down, in my opinion, by throwing its name on these watches every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like last year, the last couple years, they were like Harvest Moon, Strawberry Moon, everything. But now with the Snoopies, they really accelerated. So that means we're gonna see a bunch more of the Bonpon editions. I wouldn't be surprised if another watch from Swatch Group gets in the mix as well. It's
Julius Caesar also says not enough gold. He said even having gold hands and indices doesn't add too much to the cost. Derod says Swatch Group is a corporate train wreck. They're probably pumping these out to keep zombies like Harry Winston alive. And it makes you wonder how often
accurate.
this happens where people, I see it in crypto all the time. People launch a new coin, pump it, dump it so that they could put the money into the coin that they want to be the champion. It's just you're blowing your money on Harry Winston, brother. If you think you can bring Harry Winston back, I mean,
Well, they don't produce that much, right? So if you just want to keep the group whole, because remember, not only did they have a great success from the Moonswatch, they had the TSO PRX line. You know what I mean? So they have, in the lower end lines, they've been actually crushing it, right? It's the higher end lines where they're just like they're kind of waffling there. So this does take care of the Harry Winstons and everything. Aesthetically, I give this 65 UMALs, but when you wrap up everything that is this watch, it becomes a 35 UMAL piece. Something that'd be fun to wear, but again, if like you said, if we didn't see the other one last week, I'd be much more higher on this one. But I'm not too high. Julius Caesar says it's just trying to get new collectors, trying to funnel Swatch buyers into Swatch Group to aspire to own Omega, Blancpain, etc. Hey, I think it's working. I just think it's a slippery
but
road.
I mean, the thing is, saturation does exist. So it's like, at what point do you saturate the market and then like people? Because you got to read what Watch Addict says. It's a telling sign that the Omega logo is 2x the size of the Swatch, meaning that they're trying to like make you feel like it's more Omega than Swatch when it clearly is way more Swatch than Omega.
Great points. All right, let's talk about some new Bulgari pieces, and then we'll jump into the auction. We got two new Finissimos. Okay, we got a Li Ufan limited edition, which is the one on the left, and then we have a Tourbillon marble octo with the blue marble versus the green marble that came out last year. This one's pretty interesting. These are all hand engraved, so it gives you like almost a meteorite texture, which I really love. Limited edition to 150 pieces is done with a
So wait,
file.
we're paying for the bracelet
Oh yeah.
because I liked it until I saw that like I'm paying for man hours on a bracelet that's gonna be
Well, yeah. So
scratchy
so
as
that's
soon
the
as I
thing.
wear it.
Is if you wanted cheap, it would have been laser done, and then everybody would have been like, "Oh, you guys are doing it by laser. You're not blah blah blah." So now we're doing it by hand. You got the gentleman there with the big old rasp or whatever, doing his thing, and that's gonna cost Jay. That's gonna cost a little bit.
But what I'm trying to say is I can do this on my own. Just give me a few months.
Possibly.
Death dives happen all like again. I just think it's kind of. I love Bulgari. I just feel like the bracelet, the case is one thing, but the bracelet is like. I mean, maybe.
It is hand filed titanium. Wait, what? It's a hand filed titanium case body, satin polished platinum case. So the what are we talking about here?
I'm usually a fan of these. I am not
So
a
I'm
fan
guessing
of the bracelet.
this,
I don't mind the
this the
case.
bezel's
Just
platinum.
bracelet. Watch Addict says it's giving Italian design, but not in a good way, more in a gaudy way. Um, a gaudy, not gaudy.
Why did they these two articles should not have been combined? This is very
Watch
bad of
Addict
Dinky.
me or mind melding. He said they trashed the titanium before the customer even got a chance to wear it. And I'm telling you, bro, it's just like it doesn't make sense because it's like doing all this finishing on a bracelet that's going to get scratched. And I know people can be careful, but it's just like I don't know. I just don't see the I just don't see it.
So I saw this last night, and when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's an interesting bracelet." But then when I got more details about it being more handmade, I did think this is gonna scratch in the craziest way over time. Like it might look good depending like your situation, but this will like in 5 years, people selling these on the secondary market, they won't know how to like put a condition report on these.
What do you mean? It's gonna be like it has its own worn aesthetic, you know?
Oh
Like I
yeah,
put my
dealers are
own
gonna make up
scratches on
like
it.
yeah.
It's like this is like lightly worn and it goes into like patina and I guess like this will be the new patina and like well does it have enough scratches to really warrant that it has that this is sorry
22,000 euro,
okay it's not
150
that
piece
expensive.
limited edition.
I mean the price isn't as bad as I thought it
I
would
mean,
be. I
for
thought they
hand
were gonna
filed
charge
titanium,
no that's what I'm saying. I thought it would be a little bit more expensive given the hand filed you know um still, man, like I feel like this watch would have looked better if the bracelet was regular and the case was just hand filed. But like with everything being hand filed, the only contrast you have is the dial and the bezel, and I don't like that. 50 Vamals just because I like Octofimissimos, and maybe I'm wrong about the bracelet. Maybe in person, the bracelet looks amazing. I want to believe. I like the Tourbillon, even though we haven't talked about it yet.
the tourbillon is fire. Watch Addict says, "My God, for 22,000 euro, just give me 1/5 of a Bitcoin. This is
Well, watch
not
Attic.
financial advice."
Watch Attic. I'm taking a fifth of Bitcoin every day. This was part of the deal. I didn't know this was part of the deal.
We should do that. BTC or watch. Let's do one of those next week. Like
Well, that doesn't work, CQ, because I'm gonna take BTC relative. But
but
we
that's the
could, we
thing. So
could,
we
we
have to
could.
find we have to find a watch that is so good that you would consider buying it over a BTC.
It'd be a Jorn.
I was
It's the
about to
only
say
thing
it's
that's gonna
all
outpace.
short.
It's gonna only be Jorn. It's the only thing that's gonna force BTC. Anyways, the mall gives it a 65 for the
Can I
design,
be honest
but they
with
do
you?
need to compress it to a unisex. Dude, you can wear 40 the mall. If I can wear 40, you can wear
Like,
40. I've worn this. I'm only 5'7". I know I look like I'm 6'2" and Henry Cable size, but I'm only
so
5'7", and I can rock the 40.
and Vimal has shown us. I'm trying to think what size was that
Well,
date
it's
just he
he's
showed
usually
us at
wearing
one time.
36. I think
Yeah,
it was 36.
Vimal, you could wear a 40, bro. You could wear a 40. No producer of mine is gonna be stuck in the 30s.
Watch Addict gives it a 50 for malls because this reminds me of the time I was in Diesel store in 2010 buying jeans. It's giving Ed Hardy for sure.
It, it,
It's giving Affliction for sure. Like I'm definitely wearing an Affliction. I'm going to my first UFC championship fight. I'm a big fan of Dana White. It's giving all of those things for sure. I am with you.
I can see the vibe. All right, I think I'm gonna go. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Vimal and Julius Caesar both are saying that 40 millimeter square cases do wear bigger or looks
You're
too
right. You're
big.
right.
So
You're right.
touche.
I have made a video saying that the Finissimo should be in a smaller size, somewhere out there.
I do have
55
an
emos.
affliction shirt in my closet, Genji. I thought I told you that in confidence. Why would you bring that up on the show?
Damn, hey, Gen G be like airing you out, bro. It's crazy. She be on that
Crazy.
ass. All right, let's talk quickly about the Tourbillon. It is. This is the most horrible article ever. This is the most horrible article ever. They look, brother, look, brothers and sisters. Hodinky, who wrote this? I know this is my guy Marcus Larrick. I know it cannot be. Oh my God, Marcus Larrick, what's going on? You merged
Wait,
everything. Just make two different articles.
oh, so he put the
Everything side by side. So it's like, okay, this is the Lee Ufan, this is the Tourbillon marble, this is the thickness for this is the thickness for that. Like, anyways, it's a 40 millimeter
might have been
case,
a
5
mistake.
point some, have to be 5.75 millimeter. So, see, that's why I thought there was platinum on the other one. It's all titanium on the other one. Anyways, satin polished platinum case on the Tourbillon, blue, Encanto marble dowel. Please don't mix articles like this again, guy. I love Marcus Lack. I love you, brother. Please, whoever edited this one is not doing you justice. Anyways, platinum, finissimo, blue marble dial with a little tourbillon or a big tourbillon there at 6 o'clock. I like this watch. I don't know if I like it better than the green marble, but is there a world where BTC billionaire CQ has the green and the blue? You already know the answer.
Wait, what?
Well, in a world that I was a BTC billionaire, you know, come on,
Oh,
my alter ego, one of
No,
them.
I misheard you. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't. I believe you will be a Bitcoin millionaire one day. It's just,
Appreciate it.
you know. But so, what's the price on this?
Come on, it's everything about just money. Everything's about money and Bitcoin and the markets up and down with this guy. 104, 104,500 euro.
um, funny that it's in euro, not Swiss francs. Um,
They're, they're trying. They're trying to help us.
BTCQ. I like that one.
Oh,
I like that.
I love it.
BTCQ.
BTCQ. Hey, that's one of the two. Wait, I'm gonna write it down.
That also sounds like a fire
I'm writing it
sandwich.
down.
Like I would order
Yes.
that sandwich for sure. Can I have a
Well,
BTCQ with a side of sweet potato fries? Because that's what I'm on right now. Sweet
but
potato, baby.
what's the Q? Because it's bacon, tomato, maybe
Quail or something. I don't know. I don't know.
fucking quail sandwich, bro. You could do like a bacon, tomato, cucumber or kumquat. Or is kumquat with
Maybe
a
it's like
K?
a quadruple like patty. Like maybe it's like we're adding, like a
I
quad.
like it.
I don't
I
know.
like it.
As Kendrick says, if you ain't here for it, the chill. Wait, hold on. If you ain't here for the chili, what you came here for? You can't wait. I messed that line up. I'm sorry, Genji. I failed you.
Oh man.
Hey girl, let me deposit a BTCQ. No, the ball. This is how CQ is gonna be. He's gonna be like, "Hey, shorty, what's your wallet address? Let me send you some
Exactly.
BTCQ.
Hey,
Yo,
I
send me
got
your
a
wallet
CA.
address. I
I got
like
that CA for you.
CQ see a sundress and he's sending the BTCQ immediately. BT says queso.
Hey, right?
Oh God,
Or maybe it's
that's
not a
funny.
maybe it's like a
No,
chimney
I
or
like
a
that.
torta.
BTCQ. The Q is queso. We're making a Mexican style bacon,
It's a
lettuce,
torta.
tomato.
All right, we're gonna come back to this on a cooking show, but we're gonna come back. Anyways,
Of course, we're at the highest watches while we're talking about your sandwich.
I,
Yeah. So 110 for this
yeah,
euros.
110 euros for this beautiful finissimo platinum blue marble dial tourbillon.
I mean, it's a 60 from all for me, and it just it's nice. That's just it's pricey.
Yeah, it's pricey. It's 68 malls for me just because the green one probably be my favorite and that would be in the 70s. On the secondary market, if I could pick this up like 60 to 70, I think that'd be really, really good. Or
Good
really,
afternoon,
really good
10.
pickup. What's happening, Tan? Good evening. Hope your weekend is off to a good start and you're drinking some fine French Caribbean rum over there. Only 30 pieces of that marble piece, by the way. And I think it's time for us to jump into the Phillips auction because we barely touched it yesterday. And I'm not letting producer Vimal down. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the chat real quick. Vimal said they should have put a denim strap on this one. I was thinking that. You have to take that leather off and put a denim strap on that Finissimo. I think it's good. Watch Addict says BTCQ Financial Advisory Service is CQ's future business idea. Gottlieb & Co. is just the start of CQ's empire. They're not ready for the crypto NFT CQ. You know, they're not ready, you know. There was a world. Chavez... got your eyes open up. Genji says he's going to have a watch commission from a coin with the Bitcoin logo on it. Hey, I'll take the Frank Mueller Hublot swag. Watch Addict says Dow looks like the Florin in a boutique hotel. You're accurate on that, Finissimo. All right, so we have a Phillips Geneva auction. This is on now. It's going to close on the 12th of September, so next week. 81 lots. Some decent watches here. Good modern stuff. Nothing super crazy that I saw. We start out with a Burneron. Can you guys see it? Maybe make it bigger. You start out with a Burneron Mirage Prussian Blue. The OG piece already hit the high estimate of 80,000 Swiss franc. So you're already at $100,000. And this will probably do well. I think there are a lot of supporters of the brand.
Until they see what he's charging the new watch, and then they'll be like, "Well, why would I support this bullshit?" Sorry.
Yeah, man, it's a very interesting tale. I'm still watching the comments and how people comment on the burner-ons, but I definitely think the first pieces are the ones who really have that, you know, that lasting value. The wait list for this watch is years. I expect this to go crazy. Watch Addict says I do as well. I don't know how crazy, but I'll do a little check-in over the weekend.
It looks great. I just cannot forgive him for the atrocities with his second watch.
Here you have a 116519 white gold ghost with a meteorite dial. This one is estimated to go as high as $100,000, 99.3, sitting at 55,000 Swiss franc. It's around market price for that. This is interesting too. A Cartier Cloche de Cartier, made for Cartier's 13th Rue de la a boutique in Paris. So there's 13 where 12 should be. Beautiful salmon dial. This one's already going strong. And Cartier has been cooking. They haven't been they haven't seen a slowdown even in modern stuff, in my opinion. Then you got an AP50 and 202 right now going for 35,000. Nothing super crazy. The first joint of the auction is a Chronometre Bleu, which is going for already beating the high estimate of 60,000 Swiss franc. Back at 70,000. They're back, man. They're back. These are coming back to $100,000 watches. They floated down to 60s, but they're coming back, man. They're coming back.
This is the only watch that should be over $100,000 in my opinion.
What's crazy is Elegantes are still trading higher than the CB. The fact that somebody out there would pay like 120, 130 for Elegante versus scooping up a CB is insanity to me. But
well,
that is
it goes back to like the thing, in my opinion, right? And hear me out. If you don't know what a Chronometre Blue is, it's not gonna like. But an Elegante, like off rip, you're just like, whoa, what is that? Like what? You know what I'm saying? So I can see why people gravitated towards that, and it also kind of has an innovative design and movement. So I know it's quartz, but I think a lot of people move past that. Look at fucking Streamliner's a smartwatch.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
You're such a purist.
I am, man. Do you never before you got into the industry, there was an article series on
Are you gonna make me sound like such a young jit?
Well, no,
because you were in the game.
Because this was like early on, and it was like the Watch Snob, and I don't know who, I forgot, they probably found out who it was, but he used to do articles in Ask Man, and this is like back in when it first started, 2012, 2013, maybe up to 2015 or so, and I got my snobbery a little bit from him. Tan likes his 5370p. I love this watch, Tan, and the prices for these are insane. These used to be going well above 200,000. Now you're seeing them at like in some lower prices. I've seen some in the 180s. The black dials have softened up quite a bit. If you're looking for one, I think I still have one for sale somewhere. But beautiful, beautiful watch right now at 120. Vimal asks, he says 124 quartz watch, WTF? WTF, brother. I'm gonna pull up Chrono 24 right now and show you. CQ, is the AP market dead? No new releases and no new hype. I think they're nearing it. I don't think they'll ever die. AP is such a strong brand, but right now, I don't get that excitement from AP collectors. Like you see all the excitement we're seeing from people who are jumping in on Burner on, and still we get a lot of excitement when Paddocks are released. VC gets great excitement when their pieces are releases and their special pieces. AP, almost like, you know, if it's a big party or something like that, you get some, but there's never that many people who are on Instagram or really like, oh my God, this is the best AP that came out ever, because it's all the same. It's all Royal Oaks. It's all similar things. There's a lot of behind the scenes things that are still settling over there in terms of them moving their operation from Clearwater, Florida over to North Carolina. So there's just a lot of operational things that I think are shaky over there and will take a while to settle. Jeannie Wright leaving the company after starting this transition of people and moving of facilities, I think is a really big thing as well. So I think there's a lot more negatives and positives on the AP side, but I do think it's such a big brand that eventually it will be righted. But this period right now, I don't think will go down as the best period for AP. And it's so interesting because do you think Francois Beniana would have left them with a little bit more, but he shows the strength he had, or maybe he got out at the right time. You know, the story is still being written there, but there's just not that much excitement. Like this 15202 going for 35,000 Swiss franc, close to the low end of the estimate. It's still early, but I don't see this getting bid up super duper crazy. Love all you guys, by the way, for jumping on a Friday. You're the best. We got 13 people in here. Do me a favor, like, upvote, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, all the good things. Let's get to the chat. Tan says this is datograph level. He's talking about a 5370p. I agree. It's really an amazing watch that I think the blue and the black could live in a collection together very, very easily. Watch Addict says, Elegante is for the professional athletes who want the elegant RM. I could see that. If that is where the RM market... well, your volume isn't... your volume isn't up, brother. Kyle Kuzma has to watch the FPJ Elegante.
Yeah, that's...
I think Dibatoon is a Kyle Kuzma has to watch. Watch Addict. Fact, Jason Heaton from...
I don't think that's a compliment.
I don't know.
No. Kyle Kuzuma ass watch is not a compliment, so I don't think that you should compare it to Dibatoon.
Well, no, but I mean, Dibatoon is what he wears mostly. He's like a Dibatoon. Anyways, Watch Addict says, fact, Jason Heaton from the Great NATO used to be the watch snob at one point. Oh wow, look at that! It's Jason Heaton was a watch snob. Great articles. I didn't know that. Let's keep going here. Johnny D-Rod says lot 25 is a beauty, but taking it off the original shop was plain stupidity. Let's scroll down to lot 25 and see what D-Raj. Ooh, I love D-Raj, man. Me and him, like, we have like very, very similar tastes. And he's a good auction hunter as well. So of course he would find a pick that I didn't even see. Oh, so I'm guessing. So this is a Vacheron Constantine imitated art. It's a hand engraved. I don't want to butcher the name. So I'm guessing this was on either a black or blue croc strap, and they have it on this brown calfskin. The only reason I could think of for them doing this is because of a sidey situation, and I don't know why they wouldn't just they just put on a regular Phillips strap, but they should have put on something else because the brown does not do this beauty, and I think somebody is gonna snipe this watch. 20,000, 40,000 is the range. To mark the 260th anniversary of Vacheron in 2015, this came out in the collection. 39 millimeter platinum piece. That's a great piece. That's a good piece to hunt. John D says, comical how wide the range is for these auctions. Could be 200 or could be 4.7 million. I agree. I would love to talk to an auctioneer about where they get these estimates from. Sometimes it seems really, really accurate, and sometimes you could tell it's just like they want to pique people's interest and get people talking about certain watches. Vimal says, also, Paddock planning to hike prices by 15% is going to be interesting. Is there a buyer appetite to absorb the hike? Is that confirmed, Vimal, the 15%? That's a real question. Watch Addict says FPJ got all these other brands adopting the curved lug leather shop for dress watches. The curved lug trend is really there. It's there. It ain't going anywhere. Who doesn't love a curved lug? Got a nice 5711R, 100,000 Swiss franc. I don't think that's going to go too crazy. You got a Grown by Groenfeld. I'm saying it wrong. Probably 1,400 there at the moment. You got a 15129 ST, a very rare and well-preserved stainless steel Royal Oak Kuwait. How small is this? 36 millimeter case is automatic with quartz. Only 20 examples ever made. It's automatic. I think this will go. It has a Kuwaiti emblem on the back. It's an interesting piece. Full set piece. Estimate is 12,000, 24,000. See, in 2020, this will go crazy because it's a unique piece, Kuwaiti on the back, Kuwait on the back, and it's a Royal Oak. Just to see the low ranges here, and this would have been a $40,000 to $50,000 watch at least, I think, in the peak of the market. All right, let's speed through a few more. I love these Royal Oak chronograph tourbillons. Just have a special affection for them. This one, 25,000 to 50,000 Swiss franc. Right now it's at 30,000. If you could get this shoot 50,000 US, I think that's a great deal for this watch. That'd be amazing. Daniel Roth, Mont Blanc. John D says, see here, CQ, the range estimate is in CHF is 100% the low end madness. It is. They just make some of these numbers up. They really do. This is an interesting looking Mont Blanc though. Big old tourbillon there. Star Legacy suspended exo tourbillon. 25,000 to 50,000 is a range at 24,000. Looks to be a steal for somebody who's interested in an interesting Mont Blanc with an aventurine dial. What else we have? Lange 1 perpetual calendar salmon dials, 70,000, 75,000. Yeah, see they put a bunch of these on these bad straps. Has to do something with CITES. I still love this watch. These are crazy when they first came out. Tan says the Mont Blanc is nice. I agree. I think that's a good Mont Blanc. What's up, Naveen? Good to see you. Happy Friday. Chris DDS, good to see you as well. Hope everybody is having... what's going on here, Phillips? There you go. Hope everybody is having a great start to their Friday. John D, the Elegante has so much vision, kind of like it, though. It's a good watch. The price is just exploded, when you think of, it used to be a watch that we sold under 10,000, Cartier Tank Normal, 5711 piano dial, still might be my favorite dial. Look at that range. If you could get this under 80,000, I think that's a good hit. AP Remaster 01. This is the sign, Vimal, that AP is dying. This was a big remaster. They only did a small, it was 500 pieces, so not a small run. But this is supposed to be them bringing back their heritage values and all that. And these are supposed to do really well. I'm pretty sure the retail value of this was at least 40,000, if not more. Estimate 12,000 to 20,000 Swiss franc. You got one bid at 12,000. Somebody's gonna steal this, and just because, AP didn't really follow through with the remaster line. Yeah, they made one other piece, but it didn't follow through the way I believe that they should have. Vimal says the VCs are cheap. I agree. Right now, the VCs are going cheap. This auction has some good steals at the moment, right? It's an online auction, so things tend to get heated the day of or the day before as things start to close. Resonance with a Crown, Resonance Series 1. Not too sexy there. 5120G, 35,000, one bid, 35,000 to 70,000 Swiss franc. The range there. Again, on a not so nice drop. My favorite Daytona, the white gold blue dial, trending beautifully 32,000 Swiss franc, which is good. This should end up right around 40, mid 40s to 50,000 US dollars. 5976, the Nautilus chronograph 40th anniversary. Remember when these were going crazy, man?
Yeah, it's,
It was
hey,
insane.
all things that go up must come down.
Yeah, range is $187,000 to 374,000, 190,000 Swiss francs current bid. They should perform, but there was a time, man, where these were like ungettable, ungettable. People were fighting you for them. As you can see, this auction is normal stuff, some modern stuff, a little bit of vintage, a little bit of neo vintage, but they aren't crazy like, oh my God, I need to chase for this piece. Nice little Urban Jurgensen there. Cool little 5036. Good prices on these two so far. A lot of pieces here I think would be interesting to bid on. This Hotlands Sapphire piece, I don't know what's going to happen there, but somebody bid 50,000 for it already. 5968 Pumpkin, 80,000. But as you can see, nothing like. This is actually nice. Salmon Dow, Royal Oak. Chrono. 5270R. A lot of good usual suspects. A few things that are different. This Brigade Tourbillon Chrono looks very interesting. Oh, a triple split, man. Another watch that like I thought would have had a really bigger upside that kind of fell down a little bit. Range right now is 50,000 to 100,000 Swiss francs. So this is a triple split second chronograph. Second 9 minutes, I believe. Really, really awesome watch. Heavy duty watchmaking. If you could snag this under $100,000, you got a deal. You got a really, really good deal. Yeah, nothing else too crazy. Simon Dow, Laurent Ferrier, school piece. Vimal says there are 19 of the limited edition 500 run APs on Chrono alone. Yeah, and that's because people probably just got tired of posting them up on Chrono and they're just living in their collection. This would be a snag, the school piece. Not for everybody, but I like that. I like that Salmon Dow. Artia. Oh, my camera's overheating again. That means it's time to go soon. 5327, great range. If you could pick this up in that range, I think that's a good price. Padded, complicated packages getting killed. 5975 multi-scale chronograph. Those used to be hot, a little bit softer. And it's 6007G, man. We thought these had some room, but really, really not too much. 5980. 5980/1A looks a little bit polished in these photos. 55,000 Swiss franc. High estimate is 70,000 Swiss franc was $86,000, which would make sense. These as well have calmed down. That looks a little polished to me. All right, I do agree. I think this LF is good. Let's talk about that. I like this one, and then we'll get out of here. Leo Messi, 15,000 Swiss franc. Would be a steal. Don't think you'll get it there. And then the second Jordan, Octaloon, not something too special. And then a Louis Vuitton trunk. Nothing too crazy. Let's wrap it up with this Laurent Ferrier Galet Annual Calendar School Piece, Geneva Edition. If you're a Laurent Ferrier fan and you like the school case, I think this dial variation is the best one to try to get. I think it looks so good. Such a good piece, and you'll be able to get this at a good deal. 5970R, 85,000 Swiss franc. I think that's this definitely will go closer to the high end of the range of 200. But if you could snipe it. Really, really good watch. One of the classic, legendary perpetual calendar chronograph movements. And then you got a really nice Daniel Roth. And I want to take a look because I think, is this from the era? I think this might be from the OG Roth era. But this is going for a good price, 20,000 Swiss franc. High end range is 40,000 Swiss franc. I think you should go for it. I wanted to figure out the exact year of production. Circa 1990, so this is within the range. Remember, the key to collecting Daniel Roth is you want to pick up something before 1995. So this is a solid pickup. Watch out, it says, what CQ? It says your camera is too hot. Yeah, we're cooking. That means it is time. We'll come back on. No. That means it is time for me to go. Guys, you have been amazing. Tan has a question. What do you think about the purple Barons? I have tried the Barons in grade 20 grams, but you can't read the time. That is the issue with the Barons. I'll pull it up really quickly. It's a really cool looking watch, but I think legibility is not your friend at all with that watch. That becomes a little bit of a problem. And we'll pull it off for the last watch of the day. Seems cool, but I just don't think I could tell what time it is easily. That's for sure. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gonna do a couple like quick pop-in streams Saturday and Sunday just to test the notification settings. So feel free to just jump on, say hi, and just say, hey, I got the notification. That'll help me out a lot just to make sure everything on the back end is working right. But I want you guys to have an amazing weekend. Have some fun wherever you are. Love you guys so much. Do me a favor, comment, like, subscribe. If you need truly independent watch advice, check out cqthewatchguy.com. Jay, what do you have for the people?
Latex says, watch guy, Jay looks tired, CQ. So I just have football on the brain. The Steelers are playing the Jets, and I don't know how we're going to win. And I'm just thinking about the Kansas City Chiefs versus San Diego Chargers tonight in Brazil. So forgive me, but my brain is just green grass, white lines, and grown men playing football. Sorry. Go Steelers!
And remember, he is a retired watch guy, so I'm dragging him temporarily out of retirement daily to do content. But it's not his full-time gig. But definitely we'll get him some C4 so next time. Usually I started a little bit late, but usually we're like buzzing off some fresh espressos. So it's my fault. Too much going on for that Baron style, not enough time telling capacity, almost like that CW Bill Canto. Great points, John D. Thank you, everybody in the chat. John D, Chop Vision, Watch Addict, Tan, producer Ramal, producer of the week, Naveen, Diraj, Genji, who's always first in our hearts, the best watchmaker around, BT. And I think that's everybody. And all those, Julius Caesar, Hail Caesar, Richard, Pack Eldridge, I know you're out there somewhere, and all of those who view but don't chat, thank you so much. It means so much to me. And Retired Guy Jay, have a great weekend. I'll see you next week. But if you want to pop in on a weekend stream, he'll just be talking about whatever, maybe like 20, 30 minutes just to test some stuff out. Have a great weekend. Love you guys, and talk soon.
Peace.